Now, there are times when the message isn't good and the messenger, I won't say it's bad, but the message is coming from the wrong place. And I say that speaking on, is race always a thing? Because I'm a person who tries to remove the racial dynamic out of as many things as possible, but I'll never forget that it exists, right? I tend to lean on the cultural side of a topic, of an issue, more than the race side, because the one thing I learned while attending an HBCU, the greatest HBCU in this country, Morehouse College, um, is that all skin folk ain't kinfolk. That's one, but also that just because you share skin does not mean you share culture. Just because you share skin does not mean you share a similar life experience. Just because you share skin does not mean your background is the same. Just because you share skin does not mean your goals are the same. Just because you share skin does not mean your needs are the same, right? That's why we say all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And sometimes it's not a bad thing for us to be skin folk and not kinfolk, because we just have different priorities. We have different values. So, no, we don't think like a family, because we're not. We just look similar. And that's okay. But in this great country of America, race is often a thing more than it should be, right? So I'm at a bar Friday night and I'm with some friends, and one of my friends has on a crew neck for an organization that he's involved with called Black Bartow, which is an organization in Bartow County. Shout out to Todd, Trey, and Scotland, that highlights positive things by Black people and Black businesses in Bartow County. They host events bringing these Black businesses and Black people together to build their platform, help make them some money. Good on them, great. So he has the crew neck on, and he runs into one of his friends at the bar who's not Black. And the guy's like, "Oh man, why you gotta wear that?" The same reason you got whatever you got on, man. I ain't your stylist. I ain't coming here checking you saying, "Hey, bro, what the hell you wearing? Take that off. That ain't fly." No. You wear what you want because you're a grown man, and nobody dresses you. And he goes, "Well, if I wore something called white Bartow, it would not be received the same way." Well, no, it wouldn't. But why? Because if I'm allowed to wear something, or my friend's allowed to wear something that says Black Bartow, you think that somebody who's white would be able to wear the same thing. You think that white people should be just as prideful as Black people or Latin people. I shouldn't even say Latin people, but I'll say Latin people in their individual countries, like not Latino pride, but in like Mexican pride, Salvadorian pride, Cuban pride, Guatemalan pride, or somebody who is from name that country, name that nation. If somebody is hell from a nation in Africa, if you're Kenyan, if you're Ethiopian, if you are Nigerian, you should be able to wear something. Having pride in where you're from and who you are. And I tell the guy, I'm like, I personally wouldn't be bothered by you wearing something that said white, whatever, because it doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't take anything away from me. I'm not wearing it. You do you. But the thing is, when you are looked at as the oppressor, it's almost seen as disrespectful when you throw your power in the face of those who don't have it. And my friend's response was, man, like, the thing is, the Black stuff that happens around here doesn't get its just due. So I go out of my way to ensure that people like you know that we exist. Well, I just don't think things should be that way. No, they should not be that way. They should not be that way. But they are that way. And because they are that way, we have to adjust to make sure that we survive. You know, you really have some nerve as a person, and maybe you're not directly responsible for it. Maybe you're indirectly, or maybe you're just a byproduct of it just because of your privilege, to come and tell me that I should not be proud, or that I should not just flaunt who I am to other people. Well, I don't like the way, that black part, so ooh, that don't make me feel right. Yeah, slavery don't make me feel right. Redlining don't make me feel right. Discrimination don't make me feel right. In the same bar, ran into an incident where I'm getting accused of trying to get all handsy with a girl. They saying I'm acting like I'm grabbing her butt cheeks, and I ain't did nothing like that, man. I'm 30. Ain't nobody trying to do that. All I was trying to do is cash out. And I say something to the young lady, hey, I'm behind you. Just letting you know I'm behind you. I don't want you to be worried because I know where I'm at. And a friend just comes running up, hey, this is my best friend. This is my sister. Hey, I don't give a damn. I'm trying to cash out so I can leave. We've been best friends for this long. And I'm like, yo, that's great. That's beautiful. What made you run up here? What did I do that was intimidating? What did I say that was intimidating? Nothing. You over here trying to save your friend from a monster that's not even scaring your friend. You understand that? So when you have incidents like that, when you know it's the only reason that you come running up here and doing all of that is because how I look, how I carry myself. But then somebody in the same place wants to be upset or offended or rubbed the wrong way by somebody putting on for black people. Eat one. For real. Like, it's so crazy that the bully gets to tell the kid how he's supposed to respond after he take his lunch money. Hey, here's what's gonna happen, dog. I'm gonna take your lunch money, and you ain't gonna do nothing about it. You can't get mad. You gotta sit here and smile and laugh when I take your lunch money. Bro, you already took my lunch money. I'm hungry, bro. I'm gonna act however I want to act. You got the money. That's what you wanted, right? You feel better about yourself. Okay. Get the hell on. So, but this conversation didn't even really come from that. It came from I was watching Bill Maher, and he had a guest on, and they were talking about some of the issues here in America, and they were saying that the constant race use of the race card, the constant talk of race is going to weaken our country and our ability to unite together, and maybe it will. Maybe it will weaken our ability to unite, but the problem is the ability to unite is so damn weak that you can't expect people to want to unite with the people who've taken so much from them. Don't get mad at me for pointing out the terrible things you've done to me over years and centuries and generations when you decide that you want to bury the hatchet. Because you can say whatever it is you want to me. You can do whatever it is that you want to do to me, but you can't tell me how to respond to it. And you can't tell me when to get over it. You can't. We all hurt different. We all respond different. Some people can get over things much quicker than others. But you can't tell me how to respond to the shit you done did to me. No. No. Where they do that at? America. White man can say, hey, bro. Hey, I'm done being racist. Trust me, guys. I'm done being racist. I'm looking out for the best of everybody. Cap. Cap, 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 cap. And then the conversation, it takes me to what's going on here in Afghanistan. You know how Western world went to the Middle East and started drawing lines, right? Drawing country lines and borders and saying, you was this, you was that, you was this, you was that. Where you're dealing with a tribal group of people who are committed to their tribe, committed to their religion. They're not committed to these borders. And that's okay. I'm not knocking them for not being committed to their borders. But when you're trying to attack, when you're trying to control what's inside those borders, but those borders do not, respect, those borders are not interested in what's best for what happens inside the borders. They're only interested in what happens inside their tribe, their borders. You'll never get the unity that you're looking for. So when you have a group in America who is caring about what happens inside their household, that's happening inside their race, their culture, and you want them to let that go for what's best for the entirety, what's better for the whole, well, that's not my whole. That's your whole. I ain't trying to feel it. I'm not feeling it. You feel me? So I think that's the approach that you privileged white folks have to understand. Is that, yeah, living in a post-racial world is great. And if you want me to bury the hatchet, I'm going to say you should never stuck it in my back. Because if you never would have went across my back with the hatchet, never hit me in the head with the hatchet, I wouldn't have had to bury the thing. It would have never existed. We would have used it to chop down trees like we're supposed to. But because you used this hatchet to chop me down for so long, you can't tell me to bury the hatchet and expect you not to go dig it up and hit me with it again. Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me 2 times, can't put the blame on you. Fool me 3 times, fuck the peace sign, alone that chopper, and let it rain on you. Huh?